We really need a camera in here.
It's true. Hello and welcome to For Heaven's Sake, a Seventh Heaven podcast. We are your co-hosts, Lady J.
And T.
T, how are you?
Fantastic. I was about to say great, and I was like, find another word, and then I found fantastic.
Wrapped in plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a reference I don't quite get because I've never actually seen Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Why did I think that you were one of the ones that had?
No, I haven't.
Lame.
God,
get on my level. So much to say about this episode.
A lot of secrets.
Bro.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, you know what? No, let's dive in first. This is episode 1019, titled Secrets.
Mm-hmm.
The Amazon Prime spoilie is Rose and Simon. Nope. Family secrets could stir up trouble.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
I will say, as soon as we started reading the DVD descriptions, the Amazon Prime spoilies became less spoily.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
It's true.
Like somewhere along the way, I think Amazon gave up. They were like 243 of these. I don't think so.
Probably.
But yeah, that's all it says. And you know, secrets do stir up trouble.
Do they? Is that what
according
happens?
to Annie, you can get sick if you keep things bottled up inside.
That's true, though.
But I don't disagree with the sentiment that, like, obviously, if you're harboring the kind of secret where it's like really someone should know, you know, you don't want to keep that inside because that's just gonna hurt you, or cause you grief, really.
Yeah.
But essentially, we don't pick up exactly where we left off, but Rose has just continued the goodwill train as far as Annie's concerned.
They are so chummy. Like,
dude, she threw her a a bridal shower.
Yeah.
Bachelorette party, imagine.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Annie threw her a bridal shower.
Which, first of all, I'm surprised Rose hadn't already planned one for herself. Like some lavish tea room, you know, with like all her friends and shit. But it was sweet that Annie threw her one. God knows who was there.
Yeah.
There's no mention of Sandy whatsoever.
It was all the aftermath of it.
Exactly. And it's really sweet. They're like, oh, you know, we never even had dessert. Why don't we have cookies and milk?
Yeah.
And Oreos. And it's really sweet seeing them like
bond.
Be sweet. You know, they're like dipping their cookies and like they cheers, you know, with the cookies. And it's like, it's cute. It's not too saccharine. Yeah. You know, it's just, it's nice. You know, like it's kind of what you would hope Annie would have with all her daughters-in-law, you know?
It was a little scary to see this. Shocking.
Well, and even more so for Ruthie and Lucy.
Dude, maybe my favorite Lucy and Ruthie.
It was beautiful.
I think it was my favorite Lucy and Ruthie moment, I think, throughout this entire show.
And what a payoff to the sound tunnel we keep hearing about happening in the staircase there off the kitchen. Because for 10 seasons they've been telling us how it's a sound tunnel and you can hear everything. Yeah. And it totally pays off because while Rose and Annie are like bonding in the kitchen, Ruthie and Lucy are like sitting at the top of those stairs,
commenting on it,
completely eavesdropping, completely commenting on all the buddiness happening. Yeah, it's really funny. Rose starts talking about like her mom and kissing and this book that her mom gave her.
Lucy and Ruthie. Dude, gold.
It's like they're 5 again, or like 12 again. You know what I mean?
And jealous children, just so cute.
When they're like, oh, she didn't tell us that book was supposed to stop us from kissing. Like, but they're so incredulous about it.
Lucy is like in shock. Was that supposed to help us stop from kissing boys? Like, she goes, really? Like, and Ruthie's like, I still carry breath mints. So good. So good. God. I had to rewatch that. Like, I had to watch that again. I'm like, did I hear what I just hear?
It was really fun. Okay, I also will say that it started with this scene and then it just continued throughout the rest of this episode. This episode is an unintentional ASMR dream. ASMR triggers left and right.
I hated it.
Oh, see, Okay, do you not have ASMR?
I don't mind the whispering. I hate hearing someone's mouth and the eating.
I know. Though that is not one of my ASMR triggers either. I don't like wet mouth sounds. In fact, it was almost jarring how many scenes featured people talking with cookies in their mouth.
I was like, you guys need to to turn down the mics.
How about don't write it in that they're full on eating the fucking cookie?
How good was it when Simon got out of bed to go get the milk and watch him walk back?
Bro, what was
this
that?
Isn't a play.
What was the scene of Simon like coming into the room, scoping out the scene, going into the fridge, drinking the milk, putting it back?
It out. Like it's like such an entire process.
It was like a product placement for Oreos and milk, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what was happening in this episode?
Just seeing him, but that sandwich looked good though. But
the sandwich looked amazing. It totally made me want a sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing, but like, I mean, it was so funny to me. The whispering in the top of the episode with all the stairs and all, the whispering was total ASMR trigger for me. I was like, oh my God, keep whispering. I can handle it. And then as the whole episode went on, I was like, dude, this is someone's ASMR trigger. It's not mine, but people love hearing people eat, right?
Yeah.
And
I hate it.
I know it's so gross for me too. But like this whole episode is a fucking ASMR episode. Like, and mind you, 10 years ahead, like, or a few years ahead of its time, you know, like 5 or 6 years ahead of its time. Really funny. So
seeing their black teeth while they're eating Oreos. Oh my God.
So gross. I only really noticed that the one time with Annie when she's talking to Rose at the end, I was like, Annie, oh my God, girl. Like, and also Brenda, oh my God, girl. Like, what are you doing?
She wants it to be real, I guess.
It was really gross. Just, a lot of eating and drinking in this episode.
I mean,
and milk. Oh my God, who drinks that much milk?
Seriously, it was like filled to the brim. I'm like, why? Why? No one drinks that. Well,
Barf.
I don't know. I
Who's
can't.
drinking that much milk?
I don't know. Like, apparently somebody.
Like, okay, the twins, whatever. Ruthie, okay, whatever. But like, Eric and Annie are drinking milk. Rose is drinking milk. Simon's drinking milk. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Especially Rose. I'm like, bitch, like, you drink wine. Like, have a palate. You know what I mean? Like, come on, people.
Yeah.
I will say I recently had some non-fat milk the other day because I had cereal, which both of those things I have not had in like years. Okay.
I love cereal. It's been a while, but
it's been a while. I had some like granola-y cereal that's got like raisins and shit in there.
Yeah.
And I put some non-fat milk, and like, milk gets so gross when cereal sits in it for too long. Like, it was like sweet, like I could taste the sugar crystals in it. Like, it was just a nightmare. I was like, I don't miss this at all.
I find it interesting that you say that, because most people love what milk turns into after cereal has been sitting in it.
Well, yeah, if you're addicted to sugar,
yeah,
and shit.
Exactly. They don't care for the cereal anymore. It's like, they'll dump that out. Let me just drink that milk.
It was just a mistake. Like, I shouldn't have done it. Like, the first few bites were like, oh, I missed this. This is good, whatever. Yeah. And then as I always do, I eat breakfast and lunch like at my desk at work. And so like, it's one of those things where I take a few bites and then I put it aside and then I keep working. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I had food. And so it took a few spoonfuls of cereal. I put it aside to keep working. And then I was like, oh yeah, cereal. And by the time I went back to it, I was like, this was a mistake.
Yeah. If there's soggy cereal left over, I'll throw it away. No way.
Although I did do one thing that I think helped is I put banana slices in there, which
yum.
I used to love having bananas in my cereal.
I like fruit in my cereal, like strawberry or banana. I love it.
I don't like strawberries. I don't like strawberries in general. Like, just to eat like that, it's not my favorite fruit. But yeah,
I'm like, he's one of my favorites.
It's berries in general I don't like. I don't like strawberries. I don't jive on raspberries too much. I don't mind a blueberry. Blackberries are my favorite.
Blackberries are really good
because they have just the right amount of sweetness where there's like a little tinge of bitter, but it's not as bitter as a raspberry, you know? I like blackberries. But then other than that, I like I like some tropical things. I don't like pineapples. People think I'm crazy if I don't like pineapple.
I can see that though.
And then I don't like oranges and shit.
I don't like oranges, but I like tangerine and mandarins.
I'll eat a mandarin.
Yeah.
Over a tangerine. Tangerines are too tart for me.
Well, that's a mandarin. That's actually in front of you.
Thank you. Way to pull back the curtain. What are we talking about?
Food.
ASMR. So the girls are like totally eavesdropping on Rose and Annie, and they're like, I can't believe mom is like all buddy with Rose. Like, what the fuck? Like, is she gonna be like her new daughter? Like, they're like hating on it, right?
And they don't buy it. They don't believe that Rose has turned a corner.
Well, they also don't believe that Annie loves her. Like, they're trying to figure out the angle here that Annie's playing more than anything because they know because they heard the story, right? Annie told them Rose came to me, talked to me, laid it all on the line for me. I love her. And so they're like, okay, well, fuck Rose, but what's Annie's game? You know, what's she trying to, is she playing Rose up because she doesn't want them to be together, but now she's gonna like, it's gonna be cool because they're friends, or they're not understanding, you know?
True.
And so then Annie finally, because she can hear them, probably.
Yeah. I thought I heard voices.
Pops her head into the hallway.
Yeah.
And now she's whispering because again, sound tunnel, right?
Yeah.
So now she's whispering to her daughters about like, okay, ladies, like what, what are you guys doing up here?
Oh, I thought I heard voices. Do you want to join us?
Frankly, I prefer spying. Always have.
Yeah, and I've got to go home and check on Kevin and Savannah.
She's really nice, you know. It's okay to change your mind about people. Have some cookies with us.
And talk.
Yeah, and talk.
What?
So you gave us that kissing book to read so that we wouldn't want to kiss boys?
So?
So you didn't tell us that?
Oh. Are you two actually jealous?
No.
We're not jealous.
We're just not so naive. This is the same Rose that we all thought was wrong for Simon, like 2 weeks ago?
But things have changed. And things started to change when Rose and I began to talk. I mean, really talk and listen to each other.
Good luck.
Good luck?
Well, you're not talking to her for nothing.
Yeah.
Annie does not take kindly to that remark.
Yeah, she doesn't.
When Ruthie says that, she's like, okay, daughter of mine, and just like turns and walks away and goes back to Rose. I didn't like that either from Ruthie, honestly. It was, Ruthie actually pisses me off in this episode quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because she takes a lot of shit out on her mom for no reason, really. Like,
True.
you want to hate Rose, fine, hate Rose. You have every right to. But don't take it out on your mom just because she doesn't hate Rose anymore.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Be a grown-up. You want to be 16? Act like kid.
Someone would say she is acting 16.
Well, that's true, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, yeah, I guess that's true. But like, think about the rest of them at 16. They were way more mature than she seems to be sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Simon at 16 was like leaps and bounds ahead of Ruthie, maturity-wise.
It's true.
Lucy, too. Was Lucy in the middle of Hot Lips at 16?
No.
That was before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hot Lips was before.
Yeah, that tracks. Whatever. So
we lost track of all of
it.
Lucy's.
Really, I don't. Yeah, the timing of all this is all just in when you're out the other.
Seriously,
like I can't tell you one season from the next. I don't know. It's all just a blur. So basically, the girls, Ruthie and Lucy, spend the whole episode trying to figure out what Annie's angle is.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, again, sound tunnel, the boys have overheard this whole conversation between Lucy, Ruthie, and Annie. And because they're idiots, they're like, what are they talking about? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And they get this bright idea that if you have cookies with someone,
they'll open up.
Yeah, like if you give someone cookies, they'll like open up to you, they'll talk to you and shit.
Yeah.
So they have this brilliant scheme that they're going to go around like offering cookies to people and try to like get something out of them or whatever.
Yeah.
And then to help their cause, miraculously, Rose has a little mini fridge delivered to the house where apparently she's storing everything until she and Simon move into the condo that they're renting.
Yes.
Or she calls it a townhouse or whatever. So lots to say about this. One, I had totally forgotten that those 2 rooms are unoccupied now.
Yeah, same.
Like, completely they have empty room in their house for the first time ever.
That's true.
Like, since Kevin and Lucy moved out, the house is almost empty, man. Like, really, it's just the twins and Ruthie in the attic. Like, there's lots of empty rooms down there, you know?
Yeah. Oh, well, good for them.
I mean, yeah, it's all good. So that's where, Rose has been sleeping in Simon's old room and using the twins' old room, which is, and Ruthie's old room and Simon, you know, that adjoining room or whatever. Yeah. That room has become storage for all the bridal shower gifts and whatever. So that's where the mini fridge goes. And the twins are very intrigued by it. Because of the hilarious thing of like, we don't want to have to go downstairs to get snacks or whatever, you know?
It's like how old are they? 7? 5?
I think so, 7 or 8. And they're like, it's a pain. And Kevin gets all pissed at them. Like, calm down. They didn't even say a bad word. Like, relax. Anyway, so they plug in the fridge. So now all of a sudden the kids can put milk in that fridge. And they've turned that room into their little salon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Anybody who comes in and out, it's like, you want some milk? You want some cookies?
Let's talk.
So the first person to take their bait is
Lucy and Kevin.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say Eric, but you're right. Lucy and Kevin start talking to each other, to be fair, not to the twins, but the twins are there, about the fact that what the gift they're getting for Simon and Rose is the cash to pay for the ring.
Yeah.
So that Simon is no longer in debt and at least they can just worry about shit they have to worry about, kind of thing, like
finishing school.
Right. So that's like, and then they see the twins. They're like, okay, keep the secret, guys. It's going to be a big deal for the wedding. Da da da. Kevin's considering that they give them the money now, like before the wedding.
Yeah.
And then Lucy's like, shouldn't we wait till the wedding to give him? Or I think maybe it's vice versa. Lucy wants to give it to them now, and Kevin thinks they should wait. I
can't remember that detail.
Whatever. But so they're having a little bit of disagreement about that. The twins are overhearing all of this, and it's going right into their bank, right? So then the next victim,
Kevin threatens the kids too.
What is? Oh yeah, he's like, if I hear you guys say the wrong words or whatever,
I'll show you what pain is or something.
Yeah.
And Lucy's like, Kevin,
Jesus.
He goes in the neck and he walks away.
Also, as far as I'm concerned, Kevin can lift and move a fridge all day long, honey. Oof, magoof, those arms. Yas, queen. Yas. He never gets to flex on this show anymore.
That's true.
Ever since he got hosed by that hose, or sprayed down by that hose in front of the house they wanted to buy.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since then, he doesn't get to show off anymore. And it's severely lacking on this show.
True.
So anyway, so then the next victim is Eric. He comes in. They offer him cookies and milk.
Yeah.
And Eric starts getting all wistful about his wedding ring.
Yeah.
Thinking about it and how, which I gotta love that again from the retrospective, like they thought this was their last season. It's the last few episodes. Let's tell this one last secret kind of moment, right? That Eric lost his wedding ring like months or weeks into their marriage when he went on a business trip. So he had to go buy a replacement one, but it was so expensive he couldn't afford it. Yeah. And then the guy like gave him a discount, so he was able to afford it. And to this day, Annie doesn't know that it's not the original. Yeah. And then as he's saying it, he realizes like, oh shit, like how am I going to spin this? Because now it's like I've lied to my wife for 25 years or whatever. So he's trying to like tell the twins like, okay, sometimes a little white lie's okay, but like, no, it's not. But like, just keep the secret because whatever. Like he's like trying to hedge himself. Like it's hilarious. And then the twins are like, okay, into the bank it goes. Yeah. And then their next victim they think is going to be Ruthie, right? Like they next tried to play Ruthie.
Yeah.
But Ruthie's on to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stupid. I know what you're trying to do here.
What? Yeah, what?
Well, you're trying to get people to talk to you. Share a moment, a secret even.
Do you have any secrets? Yeah, you can tell us. We won't tell anyone.
Sure you won't.
We won't. Promise.
All right. Here's one. My secret is I'm not crazy enough to tell either of you anything that I don't want everyone else to know. Had any luck with anyone else?
We're not gonna tell you. Yeah, we're not gonna tell you.
We'll see how long you can hold out.
Yeah.
Ew, the mouth sounds. It's like chew, finish eating, and then you can talk. Like, ugh. But I was like proud of the twins here. I was like, okay, good. Like they are gonna keep these secrets. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, chill.
We're not gonna tell you.
I mean, they're kind of doing it out of spite because Ruthie's like, screw you guys. But it's fine if it keeps them from telling the secret.
Exactly.
Who cares? The secrets. Who cares? So, okay. Then what happens? Okay, so then Simon shows up the next morning, like early in the morning, right? Yeah. And like surprises Rose, and she's like, "What are you doing here? It's like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
He worked at the station till 4, drove down here so that he could load up some of the gifts, take them back up to campus, and then take another shift at 10 o'clock. Did you? Okay, and then shit goes haywire. He gets a call. He doesn't have the shift. He's pissed because he didn't get to sleep, and now he's here and he has nowhere to go, and he's all like tripping about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think about all this work business? Didn't it strike you as like, why are we wasting so much time dealing with this?
Yeah.
Like, it was a little too obvious, I think. That there was something bigger going on here. You know what I mean?
I figured he must be failing, but I didn't think that hard.
See, I never thought about it. It never once occurred to me that he wasn't taking school seriously. It never occurred to me.
Yeah,
I literally gasped when he said it.
Because he was constantly demanding to study.
Well,
there were times he's like, "I'm trying to study. You guys need to go. Stop
true.
calling me.
That's
you guys
true.
need to go."
And then he just gave up so that he could pay his debts.
I think that's literally what happened.
That's so awful, dude.
Yeah.
I literally was like, what? He's taking incompletes in all his classes?
Yeah.
So that he could take more shifts at the station to pay for this stupid fucking ring. And he uses those words too.
Yeah.
That stupid ring I bought her. When he finds out that Rose and Annie are shopping, he's like, what more is there to buy? Like, he's not jazzed about this money situation that he's in.
Yeah.
And it shows. And it's just awful that he's in this boat. And so he kind of like confides in the twins, like, because they bring him a sandwich and they bring him milk and shit, and then and so he's like, I miss you guys, like I miss hanging out here. And then he's like, can you guys keep a secret? And then lays it all out, which is really just him venting. He needed to say it out loud, I think, because he's just been dealing with this on his own this whole time, like. And so he says it all, and once again the twins are like, okay, into the bank it goes. But then they overhear Annie talking to Eric about how, you know, secrets aren't good and da-da-da-da-da. And so it starts like, they get to the point where they're like, oh shit, like we can't keep these secrets anymore. And so they decide to tell the most important shit about Simon's life to Rose.
I know.
Which... explain that logic to me, twins.
I don't know.
Get your head out of your fucking asses, dude. Like, what the hell? Like,
and to say that, oh yeah, and he blames you.
Which isn't the first time the twins have like telephoned their way to the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that? Like where they're trying to tell the truth, but then they say the wrong thing, which isn't the truth, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
but
what the
every
fuck?
other story they got correct except that one. They didn't fuck up the result, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, but I mean, they're not wrong though. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Is like somehow they pieced it together in so many words, because Simon never says like it's all Rose's fault.
Yeah.
Clearly, but
That stupid ring.
But they're smart enough to put it together that, like, you know, if he hadn't bought this ring for her, then he wouldn't be in the situation he's in. And so, you know, that's how they're framing it, is like, it's all your fault, you know?
Yeah.
So they tell her all this, and her reaction is, I guess, a combination of embarrassment and I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, she's, I don't know, embarrassment for sure, but shocked. Like incomplete, like she's just like, oh no.
Yeah, I think in the same moment as she has to process the fact that he's failing out of school,
and that she's the one to blame,
and at that moment Eric comes into the room, and so she's like, I gotta go. Just know that, like, not everything Simon does is on me, and like just like runs out the door or whatever, because like Kevin's waiting for her in the car or whatever, and it's all just like a little weird. Mm-hmm. The whole thing just ends on such a weird note.
Yeah.
In fact, this whole episode is all one long weird note.
It's true.
I don't know if you felt it.
It is. No, I feel, yeah.
It's weirdly like low energy. It's a low energy episode.
Well, half of them are eating and speaking in like soft tones half the time. There's that. There's a lot of one-on-one.
It is a lot of one-on-one.
There's a lot of one-on-one. Even when Ruthie, you know.
Oh, the scene with Annie?
Not only the scene with Annie, the shit that she said to Rose.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then Annie and Rose hash it out. And then they get all chummy all over again.
Okay, I need to unpack that moment with Annie and Rose.
Okay.
I don't have the clip of it, but okay, let's rewind a little bit.
Okay.
Let's break it down. What ends up happening is, in the middle of ranting and venting to Kevin, Lucy thinks she's got it figured out.
Yeah.
That the reason why Annie is so chummy with Rose is because Annie knows that Rose is going to end up with Umberto.
Yeah.
And therefore Annie is going to get what she wants, which is Rose doesn't marry Simon.
Yeah.
So Annie's chummy with Rose because she wants Rose to know that it's cool if she dumps Simon for Umberto.
Yeah, because even Lucy says she genuinely likes Rose.
Yeah.
Like she wants to be there for Rose to help her say it's okay to go.
Right.
And be there for Simon.
And so this is Lucy's whole theory about what's going on here with all this chumminess between...
Pretty on point.
Okay, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Except Annie shuts it down. Annie's like, it's a good theory, but like, no, I actually like Rose, and I actually don't think she's gonna dump Umberto, and I actually think she does love and want to be with Simon.
Yeah.
So everybody get on the Rose is Wonderful train, verbatim, words exactly. Everybody get on the Rose is Wonderful train and all aboard, because this train's leaving the station and we should all be there, kind of thing.
Yeah. But that was her thought. That is what she was gonna do.
Yeah,
she
says
does that.
kind of admit, like,
like that was my plan, and then it got complicated.
Because then when she and Rose had their little heart to heart over more cookies and more milk, Sans twins this time, that's when Annie confessed that was her plan.
Yeah,
to Rose, and then Rose is like, oh no, though, like
I really love Simon.
I really do want to be with Simon. Like Umberto is not. Like, it's not even about Umberto. It's not about what he wants. It's about what I want. And I want to marry Simon.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
But there is that part that made me go, like not light bulb, but more of like, remember this. Rose believes that Umberto is joking about him wanting her back. And if he was serious, he wouldn't be joking about that in front of me
and
Simon. And it's not something to joke about.
And even Simon in this episode, remember when he's talking to Eric, he's like, no, I consider him a friend to both Rose and to me because he helped us see that we really should be together and whatever. Like,
yeah,
I get the sense that they're both lying to themselves and to each other.
Yeah.
Meaning Rose and Simon. Like, they're in such denial.
Yeah.
Because they've dived so headfirst into this marriage thing. Like, they can't even see the writing that's on their own fucking wall. Like,
yeah.
Neither of them wants to be together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's all just a fucking nightmare, dude.
And, you know, it's weird because it's not like they dislike each other or they hate each other.
I actually believe Simon when he says he loves her.
I do too.
And I actually believe her when she says she loves him. Weirdly, like, I think I've come full circle on that part of it.
Yeah.
I actually genuinely believe that these two love each other and that they're just two stupid idiots. You know what I mean? And I think Simon is the sheen is starting to come off of Simon. I know we've said this before, but now more than ever, hearing him talk about her in the way that he did in this episode, like the snide remarks about they're still shopping or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. But it all ends on that weird, awkward note of like, fuck, he's failing for me. Like, what?
Yeah.
And she like runs out the door.
Because you do want to see, oh my God, what is she going to do?
Well, what can she do? She knows that she has to own this shit. It's the fucking ring she wanted. She forced him to get it for her.
But I want them to hash this out. I need to see it, is what I'm trying to say.
First of all, and because if we're being honest, right, the episode actually ends with Eric telling the twins, all right, boys, let's start spilling these secrets.
Yeah.
So we know, come back for the next episode, Eric's going to know everything.
Yeah.
And if Eric knows everything, Annie knows everything. And if they know everything, Simon knows they know everything too.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping the next episode picks up with, what do you mean you're taking incompletes and everything? You know what I mean? And gets that conversation going, because I still think he can pull this around. And mind you, the kicker is, it's almost Gift of the Magi-esque, this episode. The kicker is, at the very end, Lucy's like, you know what? You're right. We shouldn't give him the money right now. It'll mean more if we give it to them at their wedding. And really, he could really fucking use the money right now, because at least he can then forget about his debt and focus on taking his finals and fucking graduating or whatever he's trying to do, you know?
Yeah.
Like, God, it's like such a mind fuck. Like, this whole episode is just like people not talking to each other for no reason.
And telling the twins everything.
I know. It's like, come on. Not to mention, so the most important thing is that Ruthie almost, and then eventually does, spill the beans about Matt and Sarah.
I'm going to admit something here. I completely forgot that they didn't know. I was like, there's another secret. Like, I really thought that. I was like, oh, no. They don't know that
they don't know that we know. They know we know.
I completely forgot.
Yeah. And I love that Ruthie, like, in that moment, she is 5 years old again. Like,
she's like,
she almost spills it and then she just runs out the door. Like, that's her only recourse, is just run away.
Yeah, she's like, Mommy. Just go out the door. And
then she calls Sarah and is like, okay, can you tell me something else I can tell them instead of that one?
Because I like that secret.
But also because I know she's going to ask for me to tell her what it is that I was keeping from her this whole time.
So what do you think?
Okay, well, the first answer was that they're divorced, but then she swears up and down that they're not.
I have a feeling they're like Doctors Without Borders? Do you think like they're going to go outside of the country?
But why would Ruthie have such a shocked look on her face?
This show is ridiculous in that shit. Like, they would make something...
From Ruthie's face, you'd think, like, Sarah told her, like, you know, we cut off Matt's penis or something. Like, from the look on Ruthie's face, it's like the world is ending a secret.
Yeah, like, that's a big secret. I can't tell them that.
Yeah, that's for you to tell them. Like, okay, so
I'm like, what pregnant with twins?
Maybe it's just that they're having a baby. Because we know they're not divorced, because she swears up and down they're not.
Yeah, she goes, that's not it.
Although, you know, the big like moment of the finale is the fact that Sarah is credited on IMDb as Sarah Glass and not Sarah Glass Camden.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
I hope that's a fuck up.
I don't know what that's about.
Great.
And it wouldn't be the first time one of these Camden kids lied about divorces.
Oh, that's true. Mm-hmm. This is true.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I hope not.
I also think it would be fucked up, though, of Ruthie to not tell Annie if they are divorced, because Annie's like, I don't want to go all the way to New York and find out that they're not together anymore.
And
like,
she said that's
you
not
better
it.
fucking tell me if that's it right now. And she's like, it's not. So it better not be that, because
Yeah.
that would really fucking suck.
I hope not.
Yeah.
But when Lucy comes in, I figured it out and like lays it all out there. Yeah. And Annie's like looking up in the corner. She figured it out.
Oh, yeah. I actually love Annie in this episode.
Same.
She's really fun, dude.
She's so evil to Eric. It's so good.
Oh, I know, when she's all like noodling up, like she's like, so what is the secret you told the twins?
Or my favorite is like, or a good secret can't be held for a long time.
Do you think she knows?
It would be awesome if she
It would
did.
be amazing if she's known the whole time.
Yeah.
It would be so clutch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised either, honestly. I'd be like, of course she knew. She's not an idiot.
She'd be like, you didn't see the imagine she goes, it was engraved inside.
Oh.
Imagine. What an idiot.
He would know. He would know if it was engraved.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, come on. Also, I know, and I'm sure he said it, I just don't remember. Annie bought those rings for them?
I think so.
Okay.
I think she got the wedding bands.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so sweet. In fact, now that I've said it out loud, a lot of this episode is Gift of the Magi-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of that going on in this episode, if you think about it. Like, most especially with the money for Simon.
Yeah.
But, you know, a little bit with the ring with Annie and Eric, and a little bit with the secret that Ruthie is trying to keep and then ends up not keeping. And it's a little, you know, there's a lot going on in this episode.
Yeah.
It's pretty layered, actually.
They're pretty decent ep. I have a...
It was just weird.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off. It was just noticeably a different energy in this episode. I couldn't quite put my finger on
It's
what the quality was that was different about it.
it was juicy in the weirdest way. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't think I would categorize it that way, but I maybe know what you mean.
I don't know how to explain it. They look everybody seemed comfortable. Notice how most people are sitting on the ground, or everything is lower in this episode. When they're all trying to like level with each other, they're all low.
Interesting.
The girl with Ruthie with the twins, Rose and Annie. The only time like I feel like they're sitting high up is in the kitchen because they're on like high chairs or whatever.
Yeah,
like, you know,
or they're standing. I think even.
Yeah, and when in the living room, she's on the floor and everyone's around like the couch, and like Eric is just like laid out on the couch, all comfortable. It just felt real. Most of the dynamic in and out of that house. I don't know. Something about it was different. Like, damn, why didn't the show start this way?
You know what? I think as you're saying that, I'm realizing too, like, it wasn't a lot of that, like the classic act break shit that happens, right? Where it's like zoom in, fade out, commercial, and then the next, like, it felt more of like a cohesive sort of like one act play as opposed to like a 6-act television show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're onto something there. Interesting observation about the sitting low in the ground bit.
I don't know. I just noticed that. I'm like, everything seems low in this episode.
Even when Kevin is trying to give the twins a heart to a heart.
Yeah,
Remember
he's
about
leveling
the pain in
with
the ass
them.
thing.
Yeah.
Like he's like down, like crouched down on their level. Interesting. T, you're so wise.
I don't know about that, but
You're so wisdomous. But anyway, please finish your thought you were going to make.
No, I don't know. There's just something about it that felt more organic in this episode. Something about it just worked. And I'm still shocked that Rose has so meshed into the Camden family like she is one of their own. It's freaking me out.
Dude, the I love you exchange
twice
was the most uncomfortable 5 seconds I think I've ever experienced.
Eric was the best.
On television.
Are we there now? We're at that level. Yeah, I love her.
Like, it seems so natural for Annie to say it, but it just felt so wrong coming out of Rose's mouth. Like,
I love you. I'm
like with her plastered on smile and her tight lip thing that she does.
It's like the porcelain doll that came to life.
Dude, I was like, this is so awkward. Yeah. And the whole thing lasts like maybe 3 seconds, but it feels like a lifetime.
Even Lucy, I love you. Yeah, I heard them say it.
Yeah.
And then she even says it to Eric.
I know.
On her way out.
I know. And Eric doesn't know how to respond.
Eric's like, cool.
Yeah, me too,
dude. Rose, you gotta go. This is uncomfortable.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. Again, I'm on this ride that
I know. We're just gonna have to ride it out for 3 more episodes.
It's a little hard to digest again because for what is this, episode 19? For 17 episodes, I have disliked. Hated this character for more than 17 because of the last
19,
season.
20 episodes.
My God,
I know.
And so to see her so welcomed in and so part of it. Even Ruthie and Rose they're trying to hash it out in the kitchen. And Rose looks like she's trying to level with her in the kitchen.
She's trying. She's
trying
to extend the olive branch and be like, I get why you hate me, but just give me a chance to win you over. Yeah. You know?
And then the hard truths in the room to Ruthie, like, he still slept with someone. If it wasn't Sandy, it was going to be somebody. And he was dating someone. I'm not saying it wouldn't be you, but Rose is right. I shouldn't be held responsible.
I know. And weirdly, I don't think it's fair of Ruthie to hold Rose responsible for why she's not with Martin. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. Come on, Ruth. Even you know that's a stretch. Like, relax. You're just looking for any reason to hate Rose. You know?
And then,
which I get though. I mean, I get that too. You know, like I'm not trying to defend Rose, or Ruthie. I'm just trying to say, like, I get it from both of these women. Like, the tension is strong and real between them, and it's not going to go away anytime
when
soon.
Annie overhears that,
I know. And because then she's like, I don't know why she said that. I don't blame you or think that you're trying to, like, steal my son away from me or whatever. Like, yeah, man. I don't know. It's interesting. You're right. Like, now that I'm saying it this way, I'm like, it is juicy, man. It's juicy shit. I mean,
it's a lot of gossip under one roof, and a lot of gossip that gets semi-resolved or talked out.
Which, I mean, let's be real. This isn't the first episode like this that we've seen on the show.
That's true.
Where they're all keeping secrets, or it's all like, you know, no one's talking to each other for no reason, you know.
This family doesn't know how to whisper. The only time they knew how to whisper was in that, like, you know, the stairwell, like this by the kitchen, whatever.
Even then, it doesn't matter because it's a fucking sound tunnel.
Yeah. Because she goes, I thought I heard voices.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah, this family does not know how to whisper. They need to indoor voice and then take it half.
Yeah, but they also don't know how to keep secrets properly.
Oh, that too.
Like, the secrets they keep, it's like, don't keep this fucking secret. Yeah. And the ones that they don't keep are like, God damn it.
Yeah,
like,
don't tell the Camden residents a secret ever.
Just don't. Just don't.
Avoid that house like the plague.
Yeah, if you ever find yourself in the snow globe, avoid their house.
Fucking snow globe. I can't get over that Christmas episode.
When they are actually in a snow globe.
Yeah.
That moment will live in infamy as far as I'm concerned. That was a great day.
So good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Any other thoughts about this episode?
No. I have a funny note because it sounded like at some point Ruthie said Roz instead of Rose. And I'm like, Roz? But clearly it doesn't matter, but it was just so funny. That. I totally have a note here. Why is this episode good?
That's what I'm saying. Like, when it ended, I was like, I really liked this episode. Yeah. But why?
Yeah.
Like, what was it about this episode that was so interesting? Mm-hmm. You know? I really think it has to do with the orchestration of it, though, like the actual implementation of the episode. Like, maybe there was less needle drops, which is always helpful because that musical shit takes me right out of it. Like,
all the
it's
time.
so annoying. I don't think it was as noticeable of the commercial breaks.
Yeah.
It felt more like a cohesive,
Because you didn't hear the
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You
Like,
never heard the fade out.
It had the touches of more contemporary television.
Yes.
That isn't on television. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they don't make it clear that you're watching a 6-act television show, you know?
Yeah.
Like and maybe that's why I was jiving on it more a little bit. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I didn't hate it.
Same.
Let's
Same.
rate this puppy.
2 thumbs up, dude.
2 thumbs. I know.
Shocking.
I really didn't think we'd ever have 2 thumbs again.
Yeah.
I mean, I
like,
kind of
gave
figured
up.
the end of the like maybe like the final episode of the season might have been the 2 thumbs,
Yeah.
but I really didn't think we'd have 2 thumbs again.
Yeah.
And I'm pleasantly surprised that we're there.
All right, then. I like it.
Winner, chicken dinner.
You guys into it? Who's having chicken tonight?
Ooh. Is that the phrase? Isn't that the catchphrase of some food? It's either fast food or like some commercial for like a
Probably.
who's having chicken or we're having chicken tonight or something like that, right?
Yeah. No.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. Or my personal favorite, Louisiana Fast. Which is the exact same tune if you think about it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's funny because they're both fried chicken.
Yeah.
No, wait, they're both Popeyes.
Aren't they?
Oh,
Louisiana
shit.
Fast. Yeah.
No.
Aren't
yeah,
they?
it is. That's why it's the same tune. God damn it. Hoisted by my own petard. Anyway.
I see another Popeyes commercial, I swear.
Do you even?
Well, if I have the TV on, I just might happen.
I never have the TV on. I avoid commercials like the plague.
Oh yeah, everything goes on mute if it's on.
I avoid commercials like the Camden House and the Snow Globe.
Yeah, as you should. Everybody should.
That's going to do it for us, folks. Thanks as always for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, we're on Patreon, patreon.com/4 Heaven's Sake Pod. 2 tiers. You know what to do. Links in the liner notes. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.